Hey, what's up, friends and fam? If you don't know me, I'm Luke Rose. I'm a musical theater actor based out of New York City. And today, I want to talk about Hamilton.
This kid is insane, man. Have it all, lose it all. You ready for more yet? This kid is insane, man. Insane, man. A ragtag army and need up a shower. Grow up to be a global superpower. You ready for more yet?
So I wanted to talk about my thoughts about the film that just came out and also about what it was like to get to see it on Broadway. So I got to see the show. It was like September 5th or 6th of 2015. So they had just been open for 1 month. I had done the lottery 2 times already in August, and there was hundreds of people. I believe it was Lynn's idea, and he decided he was like, we need to do something to entertain people. So they had this Ham for Ham show where they brought out some of the people in the cast, some people from other Broadway shows, and they would sing either show tunes or do covers of like pop songs or whatever, or do a fun little dance or show off a trick. You can check out those videos on YouTube. They're awesome. I'd done the lottery twice. Third time, like I said, beginning of September, I'm just like passing by, and I wasn't doing anything that night. I had to go pick up this fan at Bed Bath & Beyond because it was like super hot in my Brooklyn apartment, no air conditioning. So I go up to the front of the crowd and signed 2 tickets because obviously I'm gonna ask a friend. I got a bunch of friends in New York that would love to go to Hamilton if I were to win. So I signed, yeah, how many tickets would you like? Duh, 2. So I go to the back because I'm the tallest, so I can see over everybody. And they do a little Ham for Ham show. It's like, hype. 400 people. We're just like so energetic. They say, okay, we've got 19 tickets, 19 lottery tickets, first 2 rows for $10. Get hyped, everyone, woo woo. So 14 people 14 tickets had been called. It was like 16, 18. So now there's 1 ticket left for the lottery. And so then they said, okay, well, we also have standing room only tickets. The next person we call, you can take the 1 lottery ticket, and then if you want to have a standing room only, like if it's a couple or 2 friends together, sure. Of course, that person says, yeah, we're going to take the lottery and the standing room only. Great. 9 tickets, 9 standing room left. 7, 5, 3, 1 standing room left. I almost walked away. I was like, okay, cool. Starting to figure out what I was going to do. They're on the megaphone, and they say,
okay, and the last standing room only ticket goes to
Luke Rose. Yeah! And I was like so excited. Luke, you do know it's just 1 standing room ticket. Is that okay? I'm just here alone. That's totally fine. And like, everyone cracked up around me, and I was like,
I was like, seriously guys, like, Dad, you don't give me. I'm like, yeah.
So then I get it to the front, I get my ticket, and then I realize, shoot, I gotta pick up this fan. Man, I'm only gonna have like an hour and a half. I can't get from Midtown all the way to Brooklyn. I was living pretty far in Brooklyn at the time. I had to ask one of the ushers, like, do you have like a coat check or area? I need to go pick up a fan from Bed Bath & Beyond. Your standing room? Oh, you can, it's fine, just put it by your feet. So, okay, cool. So I ran away. I was like, sweet, do I look good? Cool. I'm wearing like some decent enough clothing. Like, I got my fan, I was looking good. Came back to the theater, and I got to see Hamilton on Broadway with the original cast 1 month in. The Broadway production, I was a little skeptical at first because it had been super hyped up. In New York especially, because it was off Broadway, and I was going to Broadway. It was Lin-Manuel Miranda's like next big like rap musical. I was a little skeptical that it could be overhyped, you know? For something that was like mega hyped. This was like if there's like hyped up, yeah, sure, you can meet hyped expectations, but this is like mega hyped. It basically got to the mega hype, in my opinion. Okay, but let's jump forward to watching the film because that's super fresh in my mind, and I'll be able to reflect back on some of the first impressions. I thought it's a beautiful film. They had some amazing shots to get to see, and I heard Lynn, or maybe it was Chris Jackson in an interview, talking about how this is like probably the most well-rehearsed movie. One of the most well-rehearsed movies like ever. Because think about it. On Broadway, you're doing 8 shows a week. They filmed it like towards the end of that first year, so in their 11th month. So they had done over 300 performances, over 325, and that's also, a lot of them have done it off Broadway at the public too. So some of them, and then plus rehearsals too, all the different runs they had and the character development. So at the time that they filmed it, this was so polished of a performance, and you could tell that in the film, most definitely. Some people will like, you know, say there's things about Lynn's like acting and whatnot, like, oh, he's a writer and whatnot primarily, but he did a great acting job with the role, like from what I remember on Broadway and also in the film. Leslie Odom Jr. too as Burr killed it. No pun intended. Like I can see how he's approaching the character, but I don't mean that as a negative of like I see his thought patterns acting. Like I see Burr. I see Burr being thoughtful about all of his choices of like, should I act here? Like what? How is Hamilton getting all this respect and attention from George Washington and this jealousy that he has? And so like it came across so close. There's like these just little poignant moments. He keeps it the simplicity of it, and it's this. I saw this slow rise with Burr. At least we get the fact that they're like friends at the start. So it's like they start to, but it starts to get to him all these, like it starts to get to the point towards the end where he's like, you know, every time I look back at my life, to paraphrase, like I always see you and like it's been your disrespect through everything. And yeah, it's just like slowly boiled to the surface of like all the stuff that he's frustrated with about Hamilton. My mom really loved Chris Jackson's performance, and I definitely agree as well. He was killer with that. He just exudes this like masculinity of the leader of George Washington. Plus he's got such an amazing voice, and I love the other different options he had at the end of One Last Time. So beautiful. The Schuyler sisters, oh my gosh. Philippa Sue's control with her voice is just beautiful. And Renee Elise Goldsberry, flawless. Her enunciation, because she's got a lot of fast raps and sung lyrics as well that are just very patter, and her enunciation was amazing. It's really crazy to think that Renee Elise Goldsberry has also played Mimi in Rent, like total switch. Which brings me to Satisfied. One of my favorite things is the ensemble. I'd say I'm definitely like, done a lot of ensemble work, and so a big part of my heart is for the ensemble and for getting to do that kind of work and being able to round out the story and the stage and the atmosphere of the play. And especially in Hamilton, we have the whole set the whole time is the rafters up above that wrap around, and then you have the 2 turntables. And sure, they bring on some other set pieces, a lamp, a desk, and whatnot. But I felt this when I saw it on Broadway as well. I think I wrote this down in like my journal. How the ensemble like brings it to life, and like they set the scenes for you. They were, I don't want to say they're like scenic pieces, but like their presence on stage and through the choreography, it's just beautiful. One of the things I remember about after seeing the show, going to the stage door where, you know, you get to meet the cast and they can sign your playbill or whatnot. I remember with Leslie and Jonathan, like they like actually made eye contact. They were taking everybody's thing. Yeah, thank you so much. And like I just felt like they actually connected for that second, just to, like share their appreciation. And I was so grateful for that. And I hope that like I'm that way now and in the future. I try to be. Whenever I'm meeting people after a show, but yeah, it was that extra bit of like appreciation and thankfulness that was so kind of them. Yeah, to be honest, there was a lot of moments watching the film where I was like tearing up at parts that like weren't like tear up parts, and I was wondering why that was, and I felt this sense of pride, And I was proud for their amazing performances and for like the industry. And when I say the industry, I don't mean like Hollywood, like acting in general, Hollywood and Broadway, like just like the theater industry, because I feel like there's not as much exposure in the theater industry as there is with movies and television, because so many more people are able to view that. And so it becomes a very niche community. Niche? What is it? To be able to see like fellow actors be able to have amazing performances and are so polished and bring these characters to life. I was just like, it's like that, you just kind of tear up when they're like singing so well, or like they're like do so well at like such a poignant moment in the show. And of course there are moments when you actually do tear up, like It's Quiet Uptown, and Eliza's dealing with the fact that her husband's cheated on her, and then also both of them dealing with the fact that their son has died and how they're dealing with all this marriage issues. And when you hear the ensemble coming with Forgiveness, can you imagine? It just, those are the themes of the show. Forgiveness is so important in life, and it can be a hard thing, especially for huge issues like that. And then also at the end with the bullet moment, and Hamilton comes out and just analyzing the moment and time, and the beautiful theme of time in the show, and how, you know, you waiting for it, or taking your moment, seizing the time that you have and your history and what that means and your legacy. Just these themes all tie together, and they all create this life of Hamilton. And to reflect on that and reach out for Eliza and say, I'll meet you on the other side. Oh man, it just brings tears to your eyes, you know? So all in all, beautiful recording. The show is beautiful in person as well. I guess it would have been cool if there was a little bit more, a few more wider shots, like further out. Some of the like wide shots were maybe like fifth row shots, but it's cool to be able to see the whole entire thing and see an ensemble moving and creating it at the same time, and the turntables and the beauty of that too. So otherwise, the close-ups were worth it. So let me know what you guys thought about the show in the comments, what you thought about the film, maybe if you have seen it, how that comparison was, and peace out, baby. Manami Thomas Jefferson.